Hi y'all, Kraken Latte here. It's that time again where I bring you my tips, facts, or experience that you may or may not find helpful. In this video, we'll take a look at a few alternative ways to get some older reputations. All of these are simple, easy, and possibly even faster than past methods. And, even better, are real advantageous if you've got any number of alts. Let's start off with looking at what I said in my thumbnail, Timewalking for rep. What do I mean by that? We can't actually rep grind with Timewalking, can we? Actually, yes. What you may not know is that each Timewalking vendor offers bind-on-account commendations for a good handful of that expansion's reputation. That's right, I said bind-on-account. Costing only 50 badges each, one commendation will net you a delicious 500 rep. See why I mentioned alts earlier? Any alts that have spare Timewarped badges can buy some commendations and send it to whomever of your toons needs it. Or you could farm a ton on your main and then send the rep to an alt. Now if you've got all of your reps exalted, why would you care about this? Professions is a simple answer. Many reputations require a certain level of rep before you can buy their recipes. So if you've got alts with crafting professions, this is a nice alternative. But what Timewalking vendors sell what reputations? Let's take a closer look. As of this video, we currently have Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, the Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, and Legion, all available for Timewalking dungeons. Legion is significant too, so stick around for the later part of the video and we'll cover why. I'm hoping they'll add Battle for Azeroth soon, as we're due for another expansion to be added. Since we've got quite a few expansion vendors and a ton of reps from each one, let's look at what reps we can buy. Not every vendor sells all the reputation for that expansion, so take note of who you need here in this list. The Burning Crusade vendor is Cheery, found in Shattrath City. This vendor sells reputation for the Consortium, the Shatar, Thrallmar or Honorhold, Cenarian Expedition, Keepers of Time, and Lower City. The Wrath of the Lich King vendor is Auzen, found in Northrend's Dalaran. This vendor sells reputation for the Kirin Tor, the Ebon Blade, the Argent Crusade, the Sons of Hodir, Wyrmrest Accord, and the Horde Expedition or the Alliance Vanguard. The Cataclysm vendor is Kiotki, found in Stormwind and Ogrimar's Earthen Ring. That's the Cataportal Circle. This vendor sells reputation for Dragonmaw Clan or Wildhammer Clan, Guardians of Hyjal, the Ramkehen, the Earthen Ring, and Therazane. A quick note on Therazane. This is Deepholm's rep and you start out as hated, so unless you don't mind spending extra, it wouldn't hurt to quest here for a bit to get out of the red. The Mists of Pandaria vendor is Mistweaver Zia, located on Timeless Isle. This vendor sells reputation for the Claxi, the Shadowpan, the Golden Lotus, the August Celestials, Sunreaver Onslaught or Kirin Tor Offensive, the Tillers, Order of the Cloud Serpent, Dominance Offensive or Operation Shield Wall, the Shadowpan Assault, the Anglers, and Emperor Xiaohao. Phew. They went all out for Pandaria rep for some reason, but hey, I won't complain. A note on the Pandaria reps. If you get these to Revered, most of their quartermasters offer a grand commendation for sale. You want this. This unlocks a 100% bonus rep gain for that faction on your account forever. Super nice for any future Pandaria rep grinds, and even makes your first time to Exalted faster since you can grab it at Revered. The Warlords of Draenor vendors are Tempra for Alliance and Stormshield, and Cronus for Horde and Warspear. These vendors sell reputation for Arakoa Outcasts, Order of the Awakened, Steamweedle Preservation Society, and Saberstalkers for both factions. Then, Tempra sells the Council of Exarchs, the Shatari Defense, and the Hand of the Prophet to Alliance, while Cronus sells the Frostwolf Orcs, the Laughing Skull Orcs, and Vol'jin's Headhunters to the Horde. For Legion Timewalking, Aradormi is our vendor found right near the flight point in Legion Dalaran. She sells reputation for the Court of Ferondus, Dreamweavers, High Mountain Tribe, Valarjar, the Wardens, the Nightfallen, Armies of Legionfall, Argusian Reach, and Army of the Light. That's pretty impressive. In case you're wondering about Kirin Tor, that's technically a Wrath reputation, which you can buy from the Wrath vendor. But what I want to show you right now is a little something that I thought would be interesting. So, Legion was the first expansion to introduce Paragon caches, which is getting your rep up beyond the initial, exalted, honored, whatever status into a Paragon setting, which means you keep doing the rep over and over. Every 10k you get a special cache that will give you special loot. And the important thing about that is from this loot is mounts, pets, toys, and you can buy old rep with really cheap tokens. These tokens are not hard to get from these Timewalking events, especially if you have alts. And so, what am I talking about? Well, that means you can literally buy your Paragon caches if you have enough Timewarped badges. So, that's pretty rad. I mean, that might not seem like too mind-blowing if you already knew about this, but, it dawned on me the other day, you might not have realized that, hey, all those Timewalking stuff, the Paragon stuff, rather, from Legion here, you don't actually have to farm that the old-fashioned way, which is doing emissaries and world quests and stuff, if you don't want to. You could just do Timewalking stuff and buy the rep. And each token is only 50 badges and will award you 250 rep per token. That's pretty awesome. And they are bind on account, so you can buy them on alts and send them to whoever you want to do this on. Maybe you need to check your rep first before you do that. All of these are the ones that have Paragon caches in Legion. So, that's pretty awesome. And if you're wanting to know exactly what comes out of those Paragon caches, so you can decide if you actually want to farm these or not, here's a quick look in game. So, out of the High Mountain rep Paragon caches, we get the High Mountain Elderhorn mount. And unfortunately, no, it doesn't fly, but it's a pretty cute little moose. From the Dreamweaver rep, which is the Val'sharah one, you get the Wild Dream Runner. And as of the new update to making these unicorn mounts fly, this one is included. This one does fly. Let's see, we have another one, the Valarjar Stormwing. That one comes out of the Valarjar Paragon rep, and obviously this one can fly as well. It's one of the only two mounts that look like this particular dragon model, the other one coming from Islands, and it's like a bluish purple. So this one's the red one, so that's pretty sweet. The Ley-Woven Flying Carpet comes out of the Nightfallen, or the Suramar rep Paragon, and it does fly. So this one's pretty cool, a very nice shiny purple. And let's see, we have the Court of Ferrandis. That one gives the Cloudwing Hippogriff, which obviously can fly, and it's one of the more, the newer Hippogriff models. It's not that new, it's been around for a while, but using kind of the grand Hippogriff model, which is really cool. There's not a super lot of those. And we also have the Fell Crushers. There's 3 of them. Well, they're like armored Elix. The Avenging, the Blessed, and the Glorious. 3 of them, yes, 3 of them, all come out of the Army of Light Paragon. This one here, that comes from the Argus. It's one of the 2 Argus reps, and that's pretty cool. There's 3 mounts that come out of that one. To my knowledge, the other Argus rep, which is the Argusian Reach, does not have anything like toys, pets, or mounts that I could find. It's been so long since I've farmed them, I don't remember, so please correct me if I'm wrong there. Let's see, what else do we have? Yes, the other ones that give stuff that you might want to collect, the Wardens specifically give Sira's, there it is, Sira's Extra Cloak, which is a toy, and it turns you into a Warden. So if you wanted to RP as a Warden, that would be how you do that. It's pretty rad. So that's pretty cool. And the pet. There is a pet from the Legionfall, the Armies of Legionfall Paragon, which is the Orphaned Fellbat. And looks like this. Nope, it's this one. A little hard to see because it's so tiny there, but it's a little teeny red flaming bat. It's pretty cute. This pets you can buy on the auction house, so if you didn't want to waste your tokens on the Legionfall one, you could buy this. And of course, even if you're still not 100% convinced about getting all that loot because it used to take a lot of work and they had pretty crappy drop rates, the drop rates for the stuff coming out of the Paragon caches is way higher, which is really cool. And since you can buy these now literally from a vendor through Timewalking badges and the rep tokens, now is the time to jump on this and get yourself these, because for reference, it took me all of Legion and all of BFA of almost consistent farming on various alts to get all of the Paragon items. So this is awesome. I highly recommend you go do this. So that covers the bulk of the easy BOA rep, but there is a little more you can do besides Timewalking, specifically for Pandaria and Warlords reps. The Zandalari War Scouts and Warbringers located in the various zones of Pandaria can drop bags containing rep tokens for that expansion. Not only are these bind on account, they give a base rep of 1,000. So if you have that Grand Commendation rep bonus unlocked, these then give 2,000 rep per. These only cover the 4 base reps, which are the Klaxi, Shadowpan, Golden Lotus, and the August Celestials. But if you did these, that's a lot less you'll need from Timewalking. Similar to that is the Medallion of the Legion and Warlords. Not Legion, don't be confused by the name. This one is not bind on account, so you can't mail it across servers, but it doesn't have a soul bind either, meaning you can trade or mail it to any alt on the same server. This one also gives 1,000 rep with all factions in the expansion. While there is no account-wide rep buff for this, you can get a 20% bonus if you have the level 3 trading post in your garrison. Just make sure you're actually on Draenor when you use these, or that 20% won't count. The Medallion of the Legion mainly drops from the 4 big rare elites into non-jungle: Doomroller, Death Talon, Terror Fist, and Vengeance, with a very, very low chance off of the other demons around the place. Since this one is not BOA, you can buy it on the auction house too. As a final note, all of these things I've talked about do stack with the Darkmoon Fair buff, and it is worth noting that the human racial also gives a 10% rep bonus too. So why did I cover such a randomly specific topic? I recently, finally, chose an official Horde main, that is, the one who gets all the reps and achievements. I was looking into ways to speed up the rep grind process and found these easy methods for older reps that I can throw alts at, so I thought I'd share. If you know of any other pre-Legion rep tricks, share down in the comments. Did you know I stream on Twitch now? I do everything from transmog to leveling to gold making, and I'm live 5 days a week to chat with, so come hang out. And there we have it. If you think I've missed information or you want to request I do a specific guide, let me know in the comments below. Even if I don't answer you, I just might add your idea to my list. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too latte.